see Captain America the Winter Soldier last night. It was so amazing.
So, in case you didn't understand the cold open, we got to see Captain America the Winter Soldier the other night, and it was awesome.
It was freaking amazing. It's really nice to go to the theater and see a movie where it reaches your expectation.
I've been so excited about this movie for such a long time. You know, all the teasers and trailers and Super Bowl spots and everything have just been looking better and better and better. And then we get to go see it early, so I'm excited about that too. And so there was a certain amount of like me just kind of sitting in front of the movie going like, it was one of those movies where halfway through it, I was already looking forward to the next time I get to go see the movie.
Totally, yeah. They put themselves out there like, we're making more of a political thriller. You know, Thor is more of a fantasy, and this one we're going to try to make more realistic and gritty. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of sort of criticism that you get from like making that like, oh, we got Robert Redford and it's a political thriller, but I think in a lot of ways the movie really delivered.
Impressive thing number one was that it actually lived up to my expectations.
Yes, totally.
Impressive thing number two was that Joe and Anthony Russo have been saying all along, ever since they got the job, that they're looking at Parallax View and 3 Days of the Condor and movies like that, these great 70s spy thrillers, as inspiration for this film. Like I said, impressive thing number two was that they really delivered on that. Like, this was a really great old-fashioned spy thriller.
I totally agree, and to go with that, I kind of feel like this movie was sort of like a really good James Bond movie with superpowers. Because there's this whole conspiracy angle, and there's this whole part where, like, you know, Cap is on the run with Black Widow. One of the things that both you and I were really psyched about was the intense action.
Yes.
Was crazy.
It was so good because every other superhero movie is big CG spectacle action. This was you're down on the street in daylight, there's cars chasing in and out, and you're down in the car with Nick Fury. It was great to see a superhero movie with remarkably grounded action. Outside of Anthony Mackie zooming around in his Falcon wings, like there wasn't a lot of CG. I mean, obviously there was a lot of CG, but it wasn't overbearing.
I also feel like they really are starting to develop the Black Widow character a lot more, which I think is good because, frankly, there really aren't enough well-developed female superheroes in comic book movies.
Yeah. The way that the Winter Soldier worked, thematically, it makes a lot of sense for more of her character to come out. It's not a spoiler to talk about, but S.H.I.E.L.D. is obviously very shadowy and secretive and not what they seem at any given time. And they touched on that in the Avengers, and they deal with that very heavily in the Winter Soldier. So there's a lot about, you know, things coming to light.
Yes.
So even thematically in the body of the movie, it makes sense that she's able to bring more of her character out.
What I love about these Marvel movies and what's really smart is, you know, they work in two ways. The first way is the fact that they make these movies that are great, you know, fan service for all of us, but they also make these movies that, you know, anyone can understand if you walk into them. And not only that, but the sequels work the same way too. You could see this movie without seeing the first Avenger and still get what's going on.
One of my bigger takeaways from The Winter Soldier was that it didn't seem like a Captain America sequel. It felt like another Marvel movie. Stylistically is very different from the first Avengers, so there's some disconnect there too, but it just didn't feel like, oh, here's another Captain America movie, the way that, you know, Thor felt like, well, here's another Thor movie. It's Captain America's movie, and it's about his growth and the things that he's going through. They just use Captain America as kind of a conduit to tell this bigger story about shit that's going down in the Marvel Universe. Without spoiling anything specifically, like, shit went down.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to deal with it in the rest of the Marvel. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
is gonna have to deal with it.
So it's really interesting. It's really tough talking about things without actually talking about things because we don't want to give anything away. And it's not just the snipers. It's also because we don't want to ruin anything for you guys because it's a fantastic movie. I will say this though. I feel like if you enjoy the Ed Brubaker run of Winter Soldier, you're going to enjoy this.
It doesn't take that much from Ed Brubaker's run of the Winter Soldier. Like, it took, I was surprised at how little it took. So the Winter Soldier is just sort of, again, the Winter Soldier is kind of a catalyst for all these other things that are going on in the Marvel world.
But also he sort of works as sort of like Darth Vader in the Star Wars series, you know what I mean?
Not just because of the mask.
Exactly, he's just a guy who comes in to pwn the good guys, just freaking own them, right?
Show up, f some shit up, leave.
That's the thing, like he's there literally to kick ass and then you know, ghost.
But I tell you what, sorry everybody else is gonna have to wait another week to go see this, but if it's not on your calendars already, put it on there. It's really outstanding. So let us know what you think in the comments down below once you do get a chance to see it, and come back next time for more movie news. Cinefix now.
And also, we're not spoiling anything, but this might be the best post-credit scene they've done.
Absolutely
all
the
of
best
the-
epilogue
of all of them.
that they've done so far.
Yeah. So do
was
not
great.
get out of your seat until the damn credits are done.
And honestly, if you don't know that by now,
I know!
you probably deserve to miss it.
I know.
So
Next time that happens in the theater, I'm going to stand up and go, sit down,
Stop it.
idiots. You
Stop
should
it.
know better. Come on.